My name is Gregory Hamilton, and this is The Highway to Heaven in 88 Steps. And we ask ourselves, because there's no one else to ask to get a real answer from, what is it that I want to do with my God given life? And I ask myself, and I ask God, what is it that you would like me to do, God, with my God given life? And the only person that can answer that question is you. And the only person that can really ask that question is you. And a lot of times we think that we're different from somebody else. We'll look at that person and we'll say, oh, I want to be like them, or I don't want to be like them, or they are so lucky. If I was able to be in their shoes, I would be able to do this. You know what I'm talking about, okay? Completely irrelevant. What separates people is the way they think about themselves. Themselves. Not how others think of them, not how they think of others. It's how they think of themselves. Millions of stories. I don't even have to use examples. There's plenty of poor people that there's the example of just incredibly bad, and yet a poor person that's incredibly good. We'll take somebody that's extremely rich, has everything that someone might think they need in life to be happy. Some rich people can be very, very bad, and some rich people can be very, very good. So it's not what a person has physically that makes the person internal who they are. What it is the way they think of themselves. If you are happy with yourself, you don't judge others. You don't worry about what others are doing. It's just completely irrelevant. Don't get me wrong. You're going to judge them. You're going to say, oh, I like that or I don't like that. But you don't spend any time on it. Who cares? You're too busy worrying about yourself. And then when you start to do these type of things, you can start to see that what a waste of time. So much conversations that we have, actual physical conversations that we have with people, because it goes nowhere. It's about nothing. It's just to entertain ourselves. And if that's all that these conversations are about, why would we be wasting our time? We might as well be sitting in front of a TV. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say stay away from people, but the more time that you spend with yourself, within your own head, within your own intentions, and really thinking about what it is that you want to be doing, the better chance you're going to be at having that happen for you. Right? So there's nothing. Don't and okay. And so why I brought this up and why I'm talking about what separates people is the way we think about ourselves. It's not what you have physically. It's what you have mentally. Okay, and why we separate and what separates everybody so much on that. Come on now, Greg. I was there. Let's get it back. It's the focus. What are we talking about here? Come on now. It's about what separates the people. Am I gonna have to redo this? Did I really lose my train of thought? Hmm. Maybe I should take notes, huh? Okay, let's come on now. Come on. You have to have the confidence within yourself to know that you're the one that has the answers. And when you do get confused and you don't know where to go, you go and ask God, what was it that separates me from just the regular rat race? Mm. And why that is so important is because we all are the same. We do the same things. See, we make mistakes, we have our focus, but then sometimes we can get sidetracked. We put our pants on one leg at a time. We all do the same thing. We breathe, we eat, everything's the same. And what there also is all the same is that these emotions that we go through, the happiness and the sadness, the depressions and the good times, they're all the same. And so what separates people from staying in these just bad places in their life or not advancing is that them not thinking that they're worthy, that they think that they're not able to be able to have that kind of confidence within themselves. Okay? And then they say, oh, if I was, and we're going to go right back to the beginning of if I was just had what that person over there has, then I could also be happy. But we don't know what's going on behind their closed doors and what's going on in their mind. Not that it matters, but we can't sit there and try to compare ourselves with somebody else. The more time you spend on yourself, the more time you're going to be able to know yourself, and the more you're going to be able to then be honest with yourself, which then you'll be able to enjoy and like yourself. Now, we're all going to go through tests and fail and win and fail and win. But you are the one that knows who you are. When we sit there and talk to others, we know if we're telling the truth or not. You know, we've all done something we wish we wouldn't have, and we'll probably do it again in the future. Now, what are we doing? Are we going to sit there and be honest with ourselves, though, when we do it? Hmm? Or are we going to just pretend like we're going to be honest when others ask us or when we put up our front in front of them? So I know this was a little bit scattered. This was a little bit all over the place. I do realize that. I'm just going to leave it like it is just to show that, you know, you have to keep yourself focused. You have to keep yourself on track. When you do get sidetracked, realize that you do have the answers within you. You can find them. They are there. And you have to have the confidence within yourself, knowing that there's always somebody there that can and will lead you to the right place if you knock on the door. And it's the same thing with you. Nobody can help you until you help yourself. Huh? So don't give up on yourself. Realize that it is tough, that it is hard, but there's just moments of sunshine in every single day. Granted, sometimes. But you will find that those things are part of the test, part of the lesson, part of what makes a person strong. You can't conquer something if it's smooth. Make sense? All right. Well, I pray for you, and I pray for America.